And today's topic, we're going to be talking about healing through the holidays, holding that light when the world feels so heavy. So it's going to be a good topic today. And of course, you know who I am and Dody, and we can have Dody introduce herself here a little bit too, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to have her take it away.
Hello, everyone. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Dody Jones with Quantum Healing for Your Soul. And yes, today's topic for our episode number 2, Healing Through the Holidays, holding light when the world feels heavy. So this is going to be fun. I like this one. I like this topic a lot. So first, let's have like an opening prayer here. So I will start by asking Source to place a bubble of protection around Tony and myself and anyone who is watching. And take a breath with us and let this moment be your arrival. And we open this space in truth, clarity, and compassion. And may this episode be a gentle place to land. And for everyone moving through grief, pressure, loneliness, joy, overwhelm, or anything in between, you belong here. We call an energy of grounding, safety, and healing. And may our words serve your heart, and may our presence meet you where you are. And may whatever heaviness you carry feel just a little lighter by the end of our time together. And take a deep breath in and out. Okay, so now why the holidays bring up so much. So what I wanted to talk about, I took some notes here. So December is a threshold month, right? It's endings, bringing up unfinished emotions, family seasons trigger family wounds. Even if someone isn't with family, the memory field awakens. There's the collective grief that amplifies the personal grief. And there's the contrast between how it's supposed to feel and how it actually feels. That opens up these emotional portals, right? And if old emotions come up in December, I want you to know there is nothing wrong with you. It's a natural time for memory, for grief, and ancestral patterns to rise, and they rise for healing, right? Tony, that's what we do with these healing sessions. What do you have to say?
Well, the holiday seasons is just it's difficult for so many.
Mhm.
Everybody's pressured into buying gifts for people. There's no money, jobs, all that stuff. So it's a lot of pressure there. And I think it's important for us to give thanks and step back and try not to be in that chaos and just enjoy that holiday season, enjoy that transition, um, and make those connections, spending time with family and everything.
Mhm.
So it's
Right.
just difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. Tony, and this time of the year brings up so much for people, and we talk about the joy and the celebration. But
Mhm.
underneath that, there's that pressure and that grief, like you said, those old memories. And I've felt that deeply in my own life, sharing a personal story here. So for me, the hardest part has been not being with family during the holidays.
Mhm.
Even during Thanksgiving, it was just me and my husband. No family, came to visit. We don't have any children at home. It's just me and my husband living here. And there's sadness there, this sense of longing. Um, but I learned not to dwell on what's missing. I think that's so important, is not dwelling
Mhm.
on what you don't have and what you're missing, but to honor what you do have, right? The
Yeah.
memories, that you have from your childhood, the memories from the early years of having children at home, that warmth, the
Mhm.
connection, and those memories still live in me. And to think back on those memories, it brings up that happiness, that joy. So now I can feel the grief and the gratitude at
Hmm.
the same time now, right? So having these healing sessions we do, I think that's just a part of the healing, removing the old trapped emotions, the baggage, and filling that space with light. I
Hmm.
think our viewers need to hear that you're not broken if the holidays feel heavy. You're human.
Hmm.
And what has helped me is breathing, right? A simple 4-2-6 breath. And you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for two, and exhale for six. And I use that anytime I find myself getting overwhelmed.
Hmm.
Yeah, anything you want to say about, any personal stories or anything, Tony?
I, I guess from my background, I call it sniper breathing. So, and in for three, hold for three, out for three, and then
Mm,
do that three times. Anytime that you feel stressed or overwhelmed, going out, putting your bare feet in the ground, doing that sniper breathing, or it's actually called box breathing, but to get back to center. So whenever things are spinning out of control, doing that breathing just to bring it all back to center is a very important. And I, we're talking about the nest being empty and people not coming in for the holidays. What we probably should be doing is making those connections. And if the kids aren't coming home for the holidays, come on, let's bring in the extended family. Let's enjoy time together like it's supposed to be.
right.
So the same thing with me this year. My boy, he's older and is not coming down and visiting like he used to, and so it is kind of empty nest, but
Hmm.
it's part of it. He's growing up, not there, so
Yeah.
we just have to bring in those extended families. Of course,
Yeah. These,
my best friend moved to Georgia, so he's not coming over for Thanksgiving and anymore.
hmm
So
these new chapters in our lives, right?
right, yeah, we just keep moving on, breathe, you know, calm the chaos, and just think on the time, the good stuff. Just like you said,
Yeah.
just thinking on the good stuff and keeping those good memories alive, bringing
Right.
the joy back into the holidays.
Right. So I've got a little bit of advice on how to help staying regulated during all this chaos of the holiday season and stay connected, right? When the season feels chaotic. So the first thing that I wanted to share was to slow down the pace of your inner world, right? So even when the outer world is fast and loud and all commercialized and all emotionally charged, your nervous system moves at your speed. So that's good to know. So you don't have to match the pace of the season. So just know that your nervous system gets to choose its own rhythm. So it's okay to slow down. So you choose your presence over your performance. And, the holidays often trigger, the pressure to be on, right? So just pause, breathe, and feel your feet on the ground. I think those things are so important. And another thing to do is just, place your hand over your heart and then, take 15-second slow exhales. And this is exactly as it sounds. So it's intentionally long, slow out breaths that last about 15 seconds. And you don't need to inhale for 15. It's the inhale part is natural and easy. It's the exhale part that we stretch out. So that's a really good tip.
Hmm.
Another thing is just stepping outside for air. That's really good. Just that fresh air, just stepping outside, being out in nature.
Hmm.
That's always really good to help with any stress or anxiety you may be experiencing. Another tip, I think this one's a really good one, is drinking water with intention. So it simply means pausing before you drink and then consciously choosing what state, what energy or feeling that you want to invite into your body. And so it turns that basic physical act into a moment of alignment. So important, right?
Hmm.
So instead of just grabbing the water on autopilot, you hold your glass to your bottle, you take a slow breath, and then you think or whisper what your intention. can, what your intention is. And it can be something like, as I drink this, may I soften, or as I drink this, may I ground. You can say, as I drink this, may I return to myself. As I drink this, may I stay in my truth. May this bring me back to center, right? And then you take
Mm,
your sip and then feel that sip just settle into your chest or your belly. And then this water becomes a carrier of your focus, not a magical object. It's the power in the intention and the mindful pause.
hmm
That's what's important. And another thing, stay connected to yourself. That's important. The connection. It's possible only when your self connection is anchored, part of grounding, right? And so one thing I want to say is, if you love yourself, or I'm sorry, let me say this, if you lose yourself trying to keep up with the season, then you lose a part of you that can actually enjoy it, right? Does that make sense?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
What are your
sure.
thoughts on staying regulated? What do you do?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm kind of lucky for where I'm at because I don't go anywhere and I'm here on the mountain. I'm here on the mountain all the time, so I really rarely get caught up in that chaos. And all I got to do is step outside and I'm in nature. So I'm kind of, you know, just blessed that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's the most important thing, especially around this time in the chaos of everything going on, is probably getting out in nature more, um, enjoying time with family and stuff out in nature. I started taking a forest therapy course because I want to start doing that, and it's really interesting how, the smells of being outside and how we're cut off, and I think this holiday season, being cold and stuff like that, we don't go out as much. We don't go out in nature as much, but it's really important to get out there in nature. If you can't be barefoot because of the cold ground, touch a tree, hug a tree, smell a tree. That's important to regulate that chaos. Just being out in the nature, in the woods, will help. The trees will help you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everything out there is designed to help you. And so that's the most important part. Get out into the nature, get out into the forest, smell the
Yeah.
smells, breathe, touch, feel, laugh, enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's best
I,
if it's all done in nature,
you just sit on a rock and be quiet and listen to the trees.
right?
I love it. I love that.
Well, hell, if
Yeah,
it's snowing, get out sled riding. I
right?
just be outside.
Exactly. Yeah. I, I get so tired of being indoors all day. I
Well,
need
what?
to, just
Yeah.
for your own sanity.
Well, I got to. If I don't get outside, if I'm indoors too much, I don't get outside. I feel like I start spinning out of control. Like I get kind of depressed, kind of.
Mm.
I feel it. I got to get outside.
It's the best therapy. That is for
Right.
sure. I totally 100% agree with that.
What One thing that I wanted to do that we started doing for Christmas, because everybody wants to give and give gifts and stuff like that, but we we step back a bit because that it gets too expensive. Um,
Hmm.
what we started doing was thrifting Christmas.
Oh, that sounds fun. That
Not a
sounds like
lot,
a great idea.
not a lot of, not a lot of gifts, but it has to either be thrifted, so not new. It has to be something that you can make something out of, or something that's handmade, like you made it yourself.
Fantastic idea.
So, and that way you kind of stop that chaos of spending so much money for Christmas and gifts and stuff like that. Do thrifting Christmas. It might be too late for a lot of people right now because we're getting close. There's time's flying by.
We are. Can you believe it?
Right
Gosh,
now it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But I think that was the best thing ever was thrifting Christmas. That was
that's
prob
fantastic
that was
idea.
probably the best Christmas that we have ever had here because everything was just, made from the heart, created.
Yep.
Uh, um, bought with passion. So it was a lot of fun, that thrifting Christmas. So that's something that you might want to think about
That's
too,
awesome.
to try to
Yeah.
keep out of the chaos,
Yeah.
bring
You
back
know,
that creative side.
yeah, exactly. Other tools for nervous system support, that was one of the topics we were going to talk about. Some people are in an environment where they don't have access to the outside like we do, right? So one thing that I've noted is if you're, in that situation where you've got to go someplace and you've got that anxiety going, um, just try orienting yourself when you come into a room. So you enter the room, you look around the room slowly,
Hmm.
and then you name what you see. And this actually calms the vagus nerve and it signals safety to your body. And then another thing that you can do would be that 4-2-6 breath, where you inhale for 4 seconds, then you hold for two, inhale for six. Repeat that 5 times. And this is actually, it is grounding for your body. It will ground your body really quickly. Something else that you can do is to place your palm on your sternum. Just place your palm in the center of your chest, and this will activate the heart-brain connection,
Hmm.
and that will help to reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed. And then this other thing I discovered, which I think is really great, is it's called sensory grounding. So you pick something, it could be a texture, a temperature, a weight, or a sound, and then describe it out loud. And this will actually pull you out of those spiraling thoughts. Um, so, Tony, do you have any tools that you want to share that can help somebody who can't get out in nature like we can?
Ooh, yeah.
Anything that comes to your mind?
Well, that's a good one. The breathing is the bridge. Breathing is everything. And
Mm.
even if you can't get out in full nature, there's trees everywhere. I mean, so there's a way to get out there.
Yeah,
Even if it's just a water fixture like a fountain or something like that.
house
That's
plants.
Yeah, house plants, but a
Hmm.
water fixture in a city or something like that would be something that would be relaxing and help calm that chaos too. Just listening to that water. It doesn't have to be out in nature.
Hmm.
Um, but that's the water flowing is natural. That's a good way to calm the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, so our next topic is 'cause so many people can feel this, how do you say no and not hurt somebody's feelings, right? And having boundaries without feeling guilty. And, Tony, we've noticed that boundaries feel extra hard during December,
Hmm.
right? Everything seems louder. There's the expectations, the family, you got work, and then even dealing with, our own memories. I work with people who, dwell on their memories, and, they feel like the world is conspiring
Hmm.
against them and feel guilty for saying no. And it's like there's this invisible pressure to be everywhere,
Hmm.
do everything, please everyone. And we don't have to. And, um, we don't have to feel guilty, right? But here's the thing, um, if you say yes to everything all the time, it's going to lead to burnout,
Hmm.
right? And burnout isn't just about being tired, it's about ignoring our own limits
Hmm.
and saying yes when our energy is already full isn't love, it's depletion.
Hmm.
So I think the first step is noticing when you're full and then giving yourself permission to step back, right?
Yeah.
And that permission comes with releasing that guilt, because a loving no isn't rejection, it's protection. It's saying I care enough about myself to honor what I can actually give. And that's huge. Guilt often makes people overextend even when they know their limits, and the holidays just amplify it.
Hmm.
So this year, I'm inviting you all to practice boundaries with love. And you can do that by noticing your own energy and honoring your limits, and to learn to say no without guilt, and then to trust that your yes, when you do have, you will have those yes times, and you'll be stronger, and it comes from fullness rather than depletion. And you can say things like, I won't be able to make it, but thank you for thinking of me. I love you, but I need to honor my energy. And you can say, or be honest and say, like, I'm at capacity, but I'd love to connect at another time. Say something like that. So I think if we reframe our boundaries as acts of love, then it's not rejection, right?
Hmm.
So a loving no is still love, but a burned out yes isn't.
Yeah.
So, Tony, anything that you can add about how to say no with love, but to, still have those boundaries and not feel guilty? Those were
I
some notes that I took anyway.
Right. Yeah, it's important for us to say no and not, try to do too much. We got to protect ourselves and protect our energy. And one thing that I come up and looking over my notes too was, energetic tools to help protect our boundaries. Just, clearing shields, encapsulating yourself in armor, whatever you need
Yeah.
to help establish those boundaries. But it's okay to say no. If you're tapped out, take care of yourself first. Um, I guess I kind of do that quite often is I don't have any trouble setting boundaries.
Some people it
Some
comes
people,
pretty easy,
yeah.
and some people have difficulty. I mean, I know people like that. They just say yes to everything. Yes, yes, and then I'm just like,
Mhm.
You're gonna collapse any moment."
Right. You can't do too
You know,
much.
and that it's not healthy. You have to honor yourself, think about yourself, think of your own health. What's going on inside?
Hmm.
Yeah, don't overextend.
Right.
Do not overextend yourself. You have to stay healthy, especially if you have, family that depends on you, right? If
Hmm.
you're the breadwinner of the family, and if you're not taking care of yourself and you overextend, there's going to reach a point where you're not going to be able to provide for your family. So,
Hmm. Yeah. It's okay
yeah,
to say no. It's okay to
it
have those boundaries.
right, and not to feel guilty.
Don't feel guilty about it for sure.
Have those boundaries and know that you're taking care of yourself and those that you love around you by
Hmm.
keeping yourself regulated.
Right.
So then
And
our next topic,
well, and
what,
you could
oh,
use
go
those
ahead.
you could use those tools, those energetic tools to help protect you in saying no or help shield you from that kind of thing too with intention. So,
Right, right. And to have light. And so that was our next topic we wanted to talk
hmm.
about was what light really means, right? Without bypassing. So, and let's clarify first what light is not. So light is not pretending everything is okay.
Hmm.
It's not staying positive no matter what, or suppressing emotions, or avoiding shadow. So light is awareness, presence, compassion, truth, the willingness to feel what's real, and the courage to stay open, right? Light isn't about avoiding the heaviness, it's the clarity we bring to it. So again, light is presence, not avoidance.
Hmm.
It's not about pretending everything is okay. It's about seeing clearly what's real. The heaviness, grief, joy, or tension, and meeting it with awareness. So, an example would be feeling sadness at not being with family and
Mhm.
allowing yourself to feel it while also resting in the gratitude for what you do have.
Mhm.
And then light is compassion for self and others. It's holding your own heart and the hearts of others without judgment
Mhm.
and noticing that someone or yeah, so no, if like I this is perfect. I work with people and that can get a little irritating.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're stressed and they're irritable right now. I mean, just yesterday, it's the holiday season. And so what I did was just offer kindness instead of reacting to their irritability.
Mhm.
Um, and light is alignment and clarity. It's choosing actions that reflect your truth, not just what's expected. An example would be, saying no to overcommitting because protecting your energy is an act of love, right?
Mhm.
And light is courage in the face of heaviness. It's not about avoiding the shadow emotions. It's
Yeah.
about staying present with them. An example would be allowing that grief to arise while remembering your inner resources and the resilience, right?
Mhm.
So light isn't pretending everything's perfect. Light is presence. It's seeing what's true, feeling what's real, and acting from a place of love, clarity, and courage. And it's the courage to meet the heaviness with awareness and the compassion to meet yourself exactly where you are. So think of light like a single candle in a dark winter room, and the candle doesn't make the night disappear. It doesn't force the cold away, but its flame is steady, clear, and warm. And it allows you to see, to breathe, and to move with presence. And you carry that flame inside you everywhere you go, and not to erase the shadows, but to navigate them with clarity, courage, and compassion. So I love working with light.
Hmm.
All this light energy that we get to work with. Tony, what does the light mean to you?
Well, that brought what you said about the candle brought up another good point, and calming the chaos and regulating the nervous system is like light meditation or so I guess I don't know but staring at a fire or staring at candlelight actually calms your nervous system. Meditation for sure to transmute the chaos.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I get kind of irritated sometimes because everybody's all love and light and nobody can be upset or pissed off, but we're humans. I mean, we
right,
there's just stuff that's going on that you just feel it, let it out in a productive and healthy way and keep moving on.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So carrying that light doesn't mean that you need to be this upbeat, positive person all the time. I don't believe. You're just holding your light and just be yourself.
right. Yes. So we've
I don't.
talked about, go ahead. Anything else you want to
Wait,
say?
your it sounded like a poem. The what you said about the candlelight.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. I don't know if I have much to add to that because it pretty much says it all.
Well, we've talked about why the holidays bring up so much,
Hmm.
total, personal info about ourselves. We've talked about staying regulated during chaos. We've provided some tools for nervous system support. We've talked about saying no with love and boundaries without guilt. And we just talked about what the light really means. Any final reflections that you want to share with our viewers?
There's so many. I mean, there's so many things so many tools you can use. Um, One thing to talk about is, we're in the holidays, the darkest time of the year. There's not as
Hmm.
much light out there. There's not as much sunlight. So I guess the best thing is to get as much light as you can in your body that recharges you. Either morning sun gazing, night sun gazing, um, trying to get as much light as you can into your bodies, and even bringing in, um, I always pronounce it wrong, not LEDs, not fluorescent lights into your house. You need incandescent or
Mm.
some actual natural light in your houses to bring that light in. Um, and we use the phototherapy patches too as well. So that's using your body's own light to help heal and regulate. Um, but that's important is bringing light in the dark time of the winter months of the holiday season. It's really important to get as much light as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And during the holidays, people forget to stay hydrated.
Mm.
So remember to drink your water
Wow.
and
So
do that with intention.
I guess the water, I'm blurry again. I could see it.
Yeah.
Um, the water too, I was just this thought came to my mind is drinking water actually bringing light into your body? Mm. And we could
We
we
know
could
a place where
we
we can get that.
right, but we could charge that water with intention
Hmm.
to bring more light into the body, to bring, I mean, I think that would be that's possible. Yeah, light is water. You're drinking it.
Yep. At work, I have a bottle. I'll get a bottle of water if I don't take my own water. And I'll actually write, I put my name on it so everybody knows it's mine. But then I'll write love, because some people I deal with, I'm like, okay, I need love from this water. So what you put on the outside of your
Oh,
vessel of your container, it reflects the water. Because have you seen those studies? It's
mhm,
scientifically proven what you say to your water really
mhm.
affects the crystalline structure of it. It is so amazing. So I put positive words on my water bottle. Tony's just, there we go.
You-
Just
What
disappeared for a minute there.
absolutely. Well, that was part of my, I think that video, that documentary was part of my awakening journey. Dr.
Mm,
Emoto's The Secret Life of Water. That opened up
yes.
my eyes to a lot of things because we are made of water. We are made of light.
Yeah. Our words, what we say to it,
Hmm.
right? Which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
Your intention, it is so important, what goes into your body. So yeah, you put those your intentions into your water and then you drink that and let that settle on that. I not to say this is weird or woo woo, but I think it does. It helps me at work. That's all I can say.
well, it makes a big difference. So
It
I have a
does.
I have a little mason jar of water that I keep in a wooden pyramid that I made, and it's positioned right in the table. So I put my jar of water after every morning. I'll drink that water, and under the water is a piece of paper that says, I forget what I have written on it now, but just different affirmations are written on that piece of paper
Mhm.
that I sit the water on top of. So those
Perfect.
those those words are imprinting on the water through the night, plus the pyramid is charging that water, and then I drink that water every morning when I get up, with my vitamins or whatever I'm doing. So
Perfect.
I'm drinking that with intention every morning, and
Absolutely important. I love it.
yeah, we're drinking light.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. I'm going to start writing that on my bottle of water as light so that I
Right.
get the light in. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Thank you for that. I love that
Th-
one.
then the water might think it's light, like non-fat. It's light. But no, I think that's important. I think water is light. We are
Yeah,
we are we are water. We are 80% water.
absolutely.
So whatever
So
we
important.
s- whatever we say or do imprints on the water.
Yep. Then the other thing I wanted to remind everyone is that if your tank is full, it's okay to say no, that you
Mhm.
don't have to feel guilty about that. And one last thing is to be the light for others to see.
Hmm.
That's always important. I try and do that myself anyway at
Oh,
work.
oh,
People come
well,
in all grumpy. I just smile at them.
well, I was going to say, let's explain that a little bit more. Be the light, because we have so many people, say be the light. How do we, how are we the light? How can we become the light? How can we carry that light? And just like what you said, it's
It's
just
hard,
smiling.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. What I do is I try and I walk around with kind of a little smile on my face wherever I go. So I'm like always where I go, I've got I smile. And when you have a smile on your face, people smile back.
Hmm.
People I don't know, strangers, I smile at everybody.
Right.
And it just makes, and when you smile, it just raises your vibration, right? So
Hmm.
I see myself as this bubble of light just walking around, and I make eye contact with the people that I pass, by at work, and say hi to everybody and just greet everybody. Good morning. How are you doing? How's your day going? That's part of being the light.
Hmm.
And I share that with others just by a greeting, a good morning, a smile. That's
Hmm.
sharing your light. What do you do, Tony?
Well, I've talked about this before on other podcasts and stuff, is I carry my love bow.
Oh, I love that. I forgot about that.
And so when someone, cuts me off in traffic or pisses me off, I shoot them with a love arrow. So that's my arrow of light, and I'm sending it out to them, good intentions, and it makes a big difference. And so, and the other thing too is I do what you do is when I'm walking around out in public or whatever, I have a smile on my face and smile at everybody I come in contact with, um, and talk to them. Um, so you're just making everybody else's, you're lifting them up too by carrying that
Absolutely.
light. Um, it's really important. What else can we do to carry that light? Oh, you froze a little bit. There, you're back.
Okay, good. Yeah, my internet's been unstable lately. We've just-
Oop,
Okay.
it's cutting in and out. I think we're good now.
Okay. Well, then let's wrap this up because I don't want you to lose me because I've got a treat for everybody. I've got a little meditation that I'd like to do for all the listeners.
Hmm.
So take a moment, everybody who's watching, and get comfortable. And if it feels good, just gently allow your eyes to soften or close and let your shoulders just drop a little. Let your jaw release. Let your breath deepen in whatever way feels natural. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And with each breath, imagine that you are arriving more fully into your own body, not needing to change anything, fix anything, or be anywhere else. Just being here, right now, with yourself. And bring your awareness to the place where your body meets the surface beneath you. Feel the support holding you, steady, dependable, and grounded. Imagine roots extending gently toward, downward from your feet, your spine, reaching into the earth softly, naturally, as if the earth has been waiting for you to lean back into her. With each exhale, Let any holiday overwhelm, tension, or emotional heaviness flow down through these roots, not to discard it, but to be held by something big enough to hold it. Now place your hand over your heart or simply bring your awareness there and feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel the warmth of your palm. Feel your own presence meeting yourself. Say quietly, I am here. I am at home in myself. I am safe to feel. Let those words settle like warm light. If there is any grief present, let it be here. If there is any joy present, let it be here. If there is confusion, numbness, hope, exhaustion, let it all have space. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Allow your heart to open, to widen just enough to hold the truth for this moment without forcing it to be anything else. Now imagine a soft golden glow at the center of your chest, not a blinding light, not a forced positivity, but a gentle, steady warmth. This light is not something you have to create. It's something you remember, and let it expand at its own pace, filling your chest, your ribs, your belly, your throat, your mind. Let it move through your whole body like a quiet reassurance. This is your light, your essence, your truth, your anchor. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, imagine this light extending just an inch beyond your body, not to overflow or overgive, but to gently meet the world around you. And say this intention quietly. May I move through this season with clarity, with softness, with healthy boundaries, and with a heart that honors what is true for me. And one more breath in, and a long, slow breath out. And begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Feel the surface beneath you again. Feel yourself held, supported, rooted. And when you're ready, softly open your eyes, bringing your light, your breath, and your truth back with you. And I do have a closing blessing that I'd like to share with everyone. You can take a breath with us. And whatever this season brings you, know that you don't have to carry it alone. May your heart feel spacious. May your body feel grounded. May your memories bring you more warmth than pain. May your boundaries be honored and your energy protected. And may you feel light, not because everything is easy, but because you are meeting it with presence, compassion, and truth. And we release this space with gratitude. Until next time, dear ones.
So, things to take with us today in this holiday season. You know, Merry Christmas, everybody. And
Yes, Merry Christmas.
hold the light. And saying no does not mean you're not holding light. You keep those boundaries. Make sure to ground,
Mhm.
breathe, enjoy the holiday season,
And drink
um,
water with
and,
intention.
and drink water with intention. And if you haven't seen the documentary Secret Life of Water, watch that. It's an eye opener. It a lot of things. It makes a lot of sense. And we have all our links in the description below. If you need to get a hold of us, if you want to ask any questions, if you want to book a session with either of us, all the links are there. Um, just reach out, talk to
Yes.
us. Love to do a session for you. Um, point you in the way of the phototherapy patches that help us through these dark times of the holiday season. Uh, what else? What else do we need to bring up for points to reflect on after today?
Um, just remember to smile at everyone as you go by, and you've got this. You can get through the season just by smiling at
Right.
others. It really helps to lift yourself up. So
Mhm.
when if you feel that energy coming in, I mean, as we get closer to Christmas, the energies get heavier and heavier. Just smiling, it seems to offload them, in my opinion. It just
Mhm.
works for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So remember, you're not behind, you're not broken, you're
No,
just remembering.
absolutely. Love y'all.
Love you all. Merry Christmas.
Merry
I'll
Christmas.
we'll talk to you soon.